There goes Friday, 2-man power trip here. It's the Blur Cartel Friday Night Yerrr. Follow the Blur Cartel everywhere on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch. Get the TikTok numbers up so you go 1K. Try to get 1K like tonight. I want it tonight. As the Friday we're here. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Going into 2023. And speaking of 2023, we're trying to figure out what we want to see. We're going to book 2023, fantasy book 2023 in our minds, what we want to see from different promotions. So, right here, Main Spider Can here, aka Put Your Mama in a 54 leg lock. We're here, the Jeremy Pierce.
Yeah, two-man power trip back once again. Harvest Wrestling Podcast tomorrow. It's the last episode of the year, and it's the year-end awards. And those joints can kind of get out of hand, and I'm gonna keep it simple. And I'm gonna tell you who was the best of 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 the best with honors. That's what we're doing tomorrow. And then starting next year is gonna be a lot of stuff going on the channel, more videos, more fan interviews. We're gonna start doing live streaming, pay-per-views, premium live events, so we can get some chat going. I'm excited. I'm excited for 2023. And 2022 was a very wild year in wrestling. Very memorable in a long, long time. Let's see if 2023 can top it.
The wildest has to be Vince stepping down. I mean, think of win against the government and the steroids, setting multiple sexual allegations, told another white man, "What's up, my nigga?" Do-rag Vince. I mean,
It's
everything.
He's done all of that. Steroids. He clearly takes steroids. He beat the gut. Like he's done a bunch of bad stuff.
One. Like, come on.
And yet the thing that stops him is and it's not even the relationship which was consensual. It was hiding the money from the company, which messed up the SEC filings. We live in a country where you can get away with murder, but hey, you mess with the money, it's a wrap.
What's it? Death taxes. You know, don't fuck with the taxes. Don't fuck with the money. Don't fuck with the books. Don't cook the books. But Vince, that gotta be the wildest thing of the year. Vince actually stepping down. Nothing could stop Vince, but a little bit of hush money.
Stop his Hall of Fame induction ceremony is going to be hilarious.
And it's going to be just him.
It's going to be nobody else. It's going to be nobody else.
I can guarantee it's just him.
Just make sure the Hall of Fame ceremony in Philadelphia is strictly ECW.
Fair enough. Get Tommy Dreamer back here. Get Sandman back here. Get Sabu. Find him. Find Rob Van Dam.
Let's do that real quick. Hold on. So you go. First of all, who's the headliners? Is it Dreamer?
If you're for not WrestleMania this year, so we WrestleMania the year afterwards.
Was that 40 in Philly?
Who's not in the Hall of Fame that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? That's the real question.
I think the Delis are in, so they're already fine. RVD's not in.
You can make RVD the headliner. That works.
So you go with Dreamer. You go Dreamer, RVD. I would go Dreamer, RVD, Raven, Sandman, Sabu.
You also need a woman in there.
Probably if you're doing Dreamer and Bill McGillicuddy going together. So I would do probably the number one woman in all ECW, Francine. I mean, you got to do Francine and make amends with Dawn Marie because you fired her while she was pregnant, and she sued the company and won. That's a piece of wrestling history. She won her workers discrimination lawsuit. So I mean, yeah, only person you probably can't do is Taz, just because he's in AEW right now.
I mean, TK. I mean, this
TK would let him do it.
They'll love him. They'll let him do it. It's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, do the ECW Hall of Fame induction. So I mean, hey, Steiner's got in. So you got Scott Steiner in there.
Steiner and Ultimate Warrior got in. So
anybody can get in the Hall of Fame. You just gotta wait a little bit. So booking 2023. How are we doing WWE booking 2023? Not the whole year, obviously, but until Mania. So
Until Mania.
we're hearing
Um,
Rhea Ripley versus Ronda. I'm hearing Charlotte Bianca. I'm hearing John Cena Logan Paul. I'm hearing
okay, all right. I guess we'll save Roman for last because that's the most important thing.
yeah,
Let's just start
Roman
with
Rock is the big headliner allegedly.
let's just start with those two reports on the woman. They don't make sense.
Well, I mean they kind of do because who's Ronda gonna face? That's big money.
You know what? Like, I get that you got to find an opponent, but you know what that does? That if you do Rhea Ronda, that sacrifices the Rhea Becky match,
That you don't.
and we know, and we all have in the back of our mind, LOL, Charlotte wins. It'd be, think about it. Charlotte's been gone for what, almost 7 months now. Let's say she comes back. She's already won the Royal Rumble. Let's say she comes back, and we're back in another position of her getting another undeserved title shot. It just
But okay, let's put it this way. Let's just say number 30 Charlotte comes out. She wins the Rumble, faces Bianca. If Bianca
so she
wins,
would be that would make her a 2-time Rumble winner.
that's fine. Austin won 3. Who cares?
Okay.
What I'm saying, if Bianca wins against Charlotte, she'll be the greatest women's champion of all time, most likely.
No.
Why would she be?
No.
Undefeated at WrestleMania. She's 3-0 against in WrestleMania.
I get all of that. That would make her the greatest of all time. It will put her up. It will put her up because she has a long career ahead of her. But she'd be up there. I wouldn't go GOAT status just yet. It's just that I don't. They spent a year building all these other women, and it would suck just for Charlotte to be out and to come back and just get a title shot. Like, that's been
big money.
She can't, like, I remember she's done something. There's been a couple interviews actually just come out recently that kind of shows you how delusional because she can't actually comprehend why fans are tired of her. You know what I mean? She can't, like, you are the catalyst of why we have Becky Lynch, the man, and then you're upset when Becky Lynch becomes the face of women's wrestling in WWE. Like, and she can't. I can't take Charlotte in another undeserved title fight. I'd rather see
who has the worst undeserving title reign, Ronda or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Ronda's
Charlotte. It's Charlotte. It's hands down, heads and above. Charlotte. She's got 12 world titles, and like 4 of them were just given to her. It hurts my brain. And the worst part is Bianca will probably lose. She will probably lose. She would. Didn't we all assume that Ronda was going to beat Charlotte at WrestleMania? She lost. Ronda lost. Then she lost the second match.
I mean, hey.
Charlotte beat Asuka. Charlotte beat Rhea. I think Charlotte's like, she has 2 losses at WrestleMania. The fatal 4-way that Bayley won, and the triple threat main event. But every other match, she's won. It's just I can't. Okay, so, and you say, well, what can Ronda do? I would actually very much love to see. I don't think Ronda needs to go into WrestleMania as champion. I would actually rather see her and Shayna fight for the tag team titles. Actually, that would truly elevate those belts.
There's no good tag team for them to fight.
Besides Kai and Sky.
That's not going to be a thing. I mean,
it's tough.
But you're missing the opportunity for Rhea Ripley to face what's Asuka's other persona?
Kana.
So,
Killer
or
Connor.
well, it's either Rhea Ripley versus Kana or Alexa Bliss versus Kana, whatever they choose, and then they just
Asuka's another one person that she doesn't have a win at WrestleMania. People, I just want to let y'all know that.
so okay. So that being said, booking the Royal Rumble for the men's, who's winning? Is it just Cody at number 30 and call it a day?
Well, here's the thing. We expect Cody to be back, so I would throw Cody in the middle. You know what I mean? Somewhere from like 15 to 22, because we're expecting him to be back, and necessarily Cody doesn't have to win it. Like just just thinking about it, there is still another event between the Rumble and between WrestleMania.
We're kind of fast lane. Also, rumor mill, Cody is interested in continuing the Seth feud when he comes back.
So I heard that, and why? You won all three matches against Seth. All three.
And I mean, he's thinking old school. I mean, Duddy versus Flair. I mean, they fought forever. Uh, you know, things like that. But Seth is kind of I want to say a mastermind, but just like he can bring something new to each feud, which he's done in his 3 losses in said feud with Cody. I mean, I don't get it either, but this ain't GM mode in 2K22. So
I here's the thing. If they it's so crazy because this literally all hinges on what's going to happen with Roman Reigns and the 2 world championships he's holding. It all depends on, can The Rock schedule allow him to wrestle at WrestleMania? Like this would have been the perfect Clash of the Castle would have been the perfect time to get one of the belts off of Roman.
we're not there now. We're here now. So who wins the Rumble?
Um, Thinking about who's going to be in it, I guess Cody. Cody, it really is the only logical winner because you figure I don't think Big E's going to be back by then. Um,
Orton's not going to be back.
or is the only other person that I think could win it? There are actually 2 people besides Cody, Seth and Bobby. I think that's it. Actually, I think that's it. Seth and Bobby. That's it. So the three will be Cody, Seth, and Bobby. As I can see, it's potential winners.
I got Cody just winning the men's Rumble. That just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. And now does
So
he say?
my thing
Does he
is,
say?
the
Mhm.
other question is, does Roman do double duty night 1 and night 2?
Uh,
Does he face the winner
just
of the Rumble on night 1 and then just do Rock night
the
2 all the day?
does or does Cody pull a Cena, ask for the championship opportunity at the next pay per view between them? Cody wins, so now you could do Cody. Now you could do Cody Seth for the WWE Championship, and then Rock Roman for the Universal title. That's
Well,
so. See, so that's what I mean when I say Cody doesn't necessarily win it, because a lot of people forget. The one thing I hate is when the person wins the Rumble, right? They're like, "Well, who are you gonna challenge?" There's still 2.5 months between now and then, and there's another pay per view. You know what I mean? Like, never forget, Brock Lesnar lost the Undisputed Championship to Eddie Guerrero at No Way Out and fought Goldberg at WrestleMania.
yeah, and then
So somebody can lose. Somebody can remember Bray became WWE champion at No Way Out at the Chamber. So,
still far Orton, but
I don't want to talk about that.
nonetheless, all right. So the women's, we've been talking about it. I think Charlotte just wins at 30 and just like calls it a day.
I will actually put I will actually put my money on Rhea, actually.
Rhea wins the Rumble.
Yeah. I like just because just because they can do Rhea, Bianca, and remember Charlotte's still on SmackDown, so they can still do Charlotte, Ronda. So the question is, who's the face in that feud?
That's a Jesus. Between who?
Charlotte and Ronda. Remember, Charlotte is not good as a face at all, and
Uh
we saw this year Ronda as like that killer babyface before she went full on hill. She was getting cheered loudly.
uh they just wrestle. I mean, I rather see Charlotte Bianca because you could just make a clear cut face heel thing, and then
Hmm.
Rhea Ronda, you could just do a clear cut kind of tweener heel thing going on. So
But they're both well. Rhea right now is like the full on hill. Ronda could be tweener,
yeah,
or do we do a multi woman match? Because it's like, well, where does Bailey fit in all of this? Where does they spent a year building up Liv Morgan? Where does she fit in this? Where does as much as I dislike her, where does Alexa Bliss fit in all of this?
I just said they could do kind of Alexa and whatever the fuck Liv Morgan thinks she's doing.
Well, Raquel's fighting Ronda for the women's championship right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Not well.
The outlier, the outlier in all of this. If let's say you do Charlotte, Bianca, Ronda, Rhea, the still two outliers in all of this are Becky and Bailey, unless they face each other at WrestleMania.
Which Bailey should win.
So it's
But
I guess it's a good problem to have when you have so many top names
you
at
gotta
like
book
the
it
top.
you gotta book it the right way. That's the issue. So who's
Yeah,
doing the who's taking these titles off the Usos?
I think starting tonight we start to see the what we expect to happen. Some realists says sometimes the obvious thing is just the best thing. I think we start to see the slow turn of the bloodline turning on Sammy, and we just go obviously KO Sammy. Like, there's nobody else because you just brought back the Viking Raiders. You're not going to feed them to the Usos. You want them to be ready. I don't think Imperium is going to be champions anytime soon. And then again, do you split the titles?
Yeah,
Obvious answer is KO and Sammy.
just split the titles.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta split them. You gotta split them at this point. But KO and Sammy, right?
Yeah, it would make the most sense. Kevin Owens is staying in the storyline for that particular reason.
Yeah, he's gonna be the one to save Sammy.
So John Cena, Logan Paul, do you book that match?
No. You know what? Because I don't listen. I don't like Logan Paul. I think he's human scum. Um,
Put the
question
pros
is,
camera.
do you have do you have Logan Paul beat John Cena? That's the real question.
No.
But do you book the match? Yes. Yes. I have no problem. I actually have no problem with that match. I just Cena should win. It's that simple. And I want to see how Cena looks tonight. Actually, do want to see how he looks tonight.
All right. So do you have Rock go over against Roman?
Um, yes. I think you can do. I think you can do the whole Rock Cena thing. Rock wins the first. It's like the tribal chief versus the tribal elder, the one true respected elder. Um, and you can see like the Rock win, and then Roman slowly climb back and build his empire again. But I think the Rock should win, so you can do the match again down the line. I don't think. Let me check the Rock's. Let me just check the Rock's IMDb page. Let me see if he's got anything in.
Not the IMDb.
Yo, I want to see if he's got anything in production. Let me see. See if he's got anything in production. Known for upcoming in production and development. So he actually isn't filming anything. Everything's just in the early stages. So yeah, you could probably do the rematch at SummerSlam.
So my question is this: what do you do with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania?
Whew. Bray's gotta win. Oh, you do Bird versus Uncle Howdy.
Okay.
Is it that obvious? You just do Bray versus Uncle Howdy,
So Bo Dallas
right?
is Uncle Howdy and just call it a day.
Yeah. I like this whole storyline is Bray trying to conquer his demons. Uncle Howdy is the ultimate demon that he's got to conquer. Just do Bird versus Uncle Howdy.
Okay. Anybody else? What do you do with Gunther at Mania?
Personally, I'd go Gunther Sheamus round 4 and have Sheamus win.
Finally become Grand Slam.
Yeah, Gunther is fine. You know what I mean? I think it's he's strong enough where he can take the loss and be fine. Because what I want to see is him start to be built up as a world championship contender.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's go through Drew, go through Sheamus. He already went through Sheamus, so go through Drew, go through Braun, and face Roman, face somebody. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. The funny thing is, I don't think the bloodline is going anywhere. And I saw a report today. It's like when the draft happens, they might move a couple factions to SmackDown. That means the Judgment Day over to SmackDown. Is that the only faction on Raw? Is the Judgment Day?
OC.
And the OC. But then SmackDown becomes top. I feel like if you move them over, you can probably move Karrion Kross and Braun over to Raw. That's a whole different story. But give me Gunther Sheamus. Oh my God, Robbie just got murdered. You give me Gunther Sheamus round 4. It doesn't need to be a ladder match. Just say, hey, go out there and do your Clash of the Castle match again, which my opinion is WWE's match of the year.
So what do you do with Drew McIntyre?
That's an interesting question. He just came back tonight. He's not fighting for the WWE title. Has he fought Gunther since he's come back? Since Gunther's been on the main roster? I don't want Drew versus Cross ever again in my life.
Nope. Ass.
I don't. Oh, did you remember your underrated thing from last week?
No.
Karrion Kross. Drew's interesting. You can't put him in Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, right? You can't do that, right?
That wouldn't be good. I mean, I would. Do you put him with Finn Balor and just like?
Where's the story though? Like, where does that fit?
Cook up something.
I mean, it's wrestling. It's wrestling. I mean, Kane, Edge, and Booker T fought each other over a shampoo commercial. So at WrestleMania. Drew's interesting. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I actually don't know about that one. Unless you want to shoehorn him into Gunther and Sheamus.
So where do you put Lashley at?
Oh, you go. See now it's interesting. It's interesting because again, I think Lashley can fit into the world title picture, and he's also involved with Seth in theory. So it's like it's weird. So it really all depends on who wins the Royal Rumble.
Right, and
Because
that's what we're doing. We're booking 2023,
all
and
right,
it's
so if Cody wins the Rumble, Cody's challenging Roman, right?
right, and you wanted a No Way Out-ish, Fast Lane-ish pay per view.
I would do the inevitable triple threat match for the U.S. title. Theory, Seth, and Bobby. If we're saying
And
Cody's facing Roman,
Bobby wins with the help of MVP,
the
and
returning,
we start the
the
Hurt
yeah,
Business again.
start the Hurt Business back again. And there's another faction. I would love. Remember? Was it earlier this year? I think he was WWE champion last year, right? Yeah, he was. Remember? When the Hurt Business, the New Day, and the Bloodline were feuding with each other. It was great. It was good. It was great. I'd be fine with that.
So
Returning Hurt Business.
the last person I would ask, what do you do with them at this point? Let's just say he's good from injury from the house show, AJ Styles. What do you do with him?
Ooh. Well,
Carl Anderson's dropping that never open weight title on the 4th, obviously. So you come back to America, do OC stuff. Mia Yim's just there.
I'm making the assumption that Edge and Finn are going to fight at Mania, right? To
Well,
finish that
they're
off.
talking Edge Finn at the Hell in a Cell at the Rumble. That's what the
The
allegedly
pi- the pitch black match.
pitch black
The
Hell in a Cell, call it what the fuck you want to call it.
um, I think Adrian can be like in a regular non-starter feud. It doesn't. It's AJ's on Raw. He's not fighting the Miz.
Unless he's fighting Gunther and doing something with Imperium.
Okay, does the WWE have enough to bring in a trios championship?
No, it's just nonsensical at that point.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, let's go with AEW, right? So who is okay, so I'll ask this before I ask the first question. Mania is in April.
Mm-hmm. Their first pay-per-view is Revolution, and then All Out is in May.
Okay, so how far does Ricky Starks go in 2020?
Okay. So there are two people that I want to see as world champion in AEW next year. Ricky Starks and Swerve. Ricky said
This not Swerve with that shitty ass fucking.
Swerve can save it, but Ricky did say last week that when Jericho confronted him that his goal was to climb back up the ladder. So I think you can go back to. I think for sure Ricky Starks will be world champion next year, and he wins at All Out.
Doubtful.
I think. Why you say doubtful?
Ricky Starks Ricky Starks. Okay, so let's put it this way: in terms of just grinding it out, right? Ricky Starks has had a tougher path than Sammy Guevara, who has stuff just handed to him. He has tougher path than Jungle Boy, who just got stuff handed to him. He had a tougher path than Darby Allin, that just got a legend and
you named 3 pillars.
and I'm getting to that. That just got stuff handed to him. MJF can uplift Ricky Starks if they're really gonna work out this promo with each other. MJF can uplift Ricky Starks better than what he was. He went on. Starks. I understand that opening wise, not so great. Went to Team Taz. That was a thing. That was not the thing, I guess, because nobody benefited from Team Taz except for Hook, and Hook hasn't benefited from with that FTR title. He's just doing nonsensical matches with 2.0. Whatever. The Hook era is over. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. He's
graduated from Rampage to Dynamite.
Who else has had a better rub than Ricky Starks? That's a homegrown talent.
Probably the 3 pillars that you've named: Sammy, Jungle Boy, and Darby are the 3. And MJF are the 4.
If they don't do it right, fucking Action Andretti will get a better rub than Ricky Starks. He's already on a better run because he beat Jericho. Wardlow has had more stuff handed to him.
Ricky will be world champion next year. Like you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
The only person that got it worse than Ricky Starks is fucking Ethan Page.
Yes, and actually no. Actually, person that has it worse than Ethan Page is Miro.
Well, Miro's not a homegrown talent.
Okay, homegrown. Okay, that's fine. Ethan Page's not homegrown.
Technically, Ethan Page isn't a homegrown talent because he was a fucking Karate Kid in TNA. Go watch the video.
Hold on. Oh, Charlotte's back. God damn it. Charlotte's back.
There you go. We're cooking it.
Charlotte Ronda. Lord.
They really got treat. Oh, I'm sorry. The only person that got it worse. Well, damn. Is Hobbs? Because Hobbs beat Ricky Starks in like 2 minutes.
That's because Ricky was injured.
Hobbs has had a better. Well, they had that.
The Book of Hobbs. Listen, the Book of Hobbs is great stuff. The Book of Hobbs is great stuff.
Yeah, Starks might have it worse than Hobbs, but if Starks can do something in 2023,
Starks will be world champion next year. Seriously, he will.
All right, we'll see. Tell me anything.
You don't believe that?
I don't know. The way he's been booked is horrendous.
Horrendous.
Borderline horrendous. I'm sorry.
Horrendous is a strong word, Cam. I think you go. I think Ricky will be world champion. I think he beats MJF at All Out.
Ricky takes the title off MJF. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Every AEW World Champion gets like a 6-month title reign, except for the weirdness that happened this year. Everybody gets like a 6-month title reign. Okay. At least minimum. Minimum.
What do you see the TNT title?
You can go a lot of ways with that. That's weird. You can go a lot of ways with that because Joe's holding it, so it's a matter of. Guess what Charlotte just did? She challenged Ronda for the championship. TNT title. So it's a matter of. Actually, you know what? I would probably put it on Orange Cassidy.
Jesus.
He can lose the All Atlantic.
He's still the North Pacific.
He's the All Atlantic champion. There's a women's title match going on. Charlotte's about to be world champion.
Championships in fucking AEW.
I need to turn off of this trash. Who's worthy? It's like Scorpio Sky's still injured. He got a really shit ring. Two of them.
Everybody has a shit ring with the TNT.
You know who I'll put it on? You actually know who I'll put it on? I'd probably put it on Swerve or Keith Lee.
Christ. But they're gonna have a forever feud. So
Charlotte just won the women's championship.
on live TV.
Charlotte just won Charlotte just won the women's championship. You're watching me have a mental meltdown right now.
You just predicted it. Another not random reign for. You're pretty good at this stuff.
I'm I can't.
I thought Charlotte wins. LOL.
I turn. I have to turn. Anyway, if I'm saying Ricky's winning the world championship, I'll put the TNT title on Swerve. Actually,
for what?
They're clearly building up Swerve to something.
Yes, a shitty faction.
I don't even know what the name of the faction is.
The music moguls or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
But we talking positive. We talking positive.
The young legend.
The young legend.
He's a big motherfucker.
Can nobody tell the biggest boss what to say? So there you go. That's what I'll go with. TNT title on Swerve, or Keith Lee.
This bit. Shout out to Charlotte celebrating in the crowd.
I'm totally ranting on Twitter right now. I'm sorry, y'all.
But why?
It's what other champion? What else are we booking in AEW? I need to get my mind.
Tag titles. The Acclaim finally lose the FTR.
Yes, I think what they're doing right now with FTR is they just lost the AAA titles. All they got left are the New Japan titles, I believe. Yeah.
The cleansing.
They lose that.
The cleansing of FTR.
They lose that, and then they get built back up to get their second title reign. As the Acclaim had to beat them just to solidify their reign.
Also, the trios titles. So in Game 7, did the Elite finally win?
No, I actually think the Death Triangle are going to win. Seriously, I think Death Triangle are going to win. In the ladder match.
Book it.
I'm booking it. In LA, Death Triangle retains.
Okay, so who beats Jamie Hayter? Britt turns on her.
Britt's obviously turning on her, but Britt's not beating her. I want to know how healthy Thunder Rosa is, because once Thunder Rosa comes back, she will get the championship back to get a better booked reign. But I don't think Thunder is even close to being healthy. So she just beat Sheeta. She's going to beat Britt. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll say. If Chris is healthy,
she finally beats Jade.
Chris beats Jade. You move Jade to face Jamie. and I can see Jade beating Jamie. That all hinges on Chris Statlander being healthy. But that's if Chris isn't healthy. The one thing I like that AEW does is they can make anyone look like a credible challenger. Know what I mean? So Ruby, no.
It's all no. They all had a chance. It's all no.
Ruby, no. Britt, no. Sheeta, no. Riho, no. Nyla, no.
Soraya will
Tay
get a
J.
chance, obviously.
Who? What'd you say?
Soraya will get a chance, or Soraya, however the fuck you say it. She'll get a
It
chance, obviously.
it could. Now Saraya did say she's coming for the champion. She's going to work with. It could actually end up being Saraya. It could end up being Saraya. I would have an issue with it. It's kind of like when CM Punk came in, you just made him world champion.
Even though he didn't want the title.
And that's tough because it's like you look at the top of if you look at the top of the AEW Women's card, they're all credible challengers. Um, it's not going to be Athena because she's the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Um, what about? Okay. Are we making the assumption that Sasha Banks is joining AEW?
Absolutely not.
It's not happening.
So she just single-handedly destroys that division. Nobody. No, I don't see nobody beating her really. That just makes sense, except maybe Thunder Rosa in a legit match.
They had a good I think Thunder Rosa's first or second title defense was at Battle of the Belts. Was against Jimmy Hayter. It was one of the best matches of women's matches of the year. Okay, I'm a throw a name at you that I think fans are clamoring towards. What about Willow Nightingale?
A TBS champion, yeah.
Um,
Now they have Willow beat Jade as
I'd be fine.
something.
I'd be fine because she's faced Jade twice and lost. Okay, so here's another thing. If Chris Statlander isn't healthy, because I think it's safe to assume that Chris was Chris was clearly being built up to be the one to defeat Jade. If Chris isn't healthy, I'd go Willow to beat Jade, Jade to beat Jamie. Is that fine?
You do a Willow Jade type thing where
One more match.
one more match and do like a Leo Ruff thing when he beat Gargano type thing. But the reign will stick.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
I'll name a couple of names, and well, I'm not naming the All Land Championship. Nobody cares. So Kenny Omega, what do you do with him?
Okay? Let me ask you: do you think they're beating the leader, beating the Lucha, the Death Triangle in LA?
No, they shouldn't. Hopefully they don't, but
Okay. If see, that's another tough one. It's like, what do you do with Kenny and the Young Bucks?
Jesus.
And I
No,
wish
just Kenny.
just Kenny. Is Adam Cole healthy?
No.
Then I don't know.
Okay. So what do you do with Hangman?
Him and Mox just going to fight for half the year.
What do you do with Brian Danielson?
Use him to elevate MJF a little bit more. He's kind of just chilling. He can move from feud to feud. I think he's kind of just chilling.
What do you do with Jericho?
He's another one. I think he's at that point where he's chilling. He's kind of starting to elevate other talent. I think right now they're going to use Jericho to help build up Ricky Starks to like a true main eventer. And then you can easily move. I guess you know what? I guess after Jericho's done with Ricky, you move Jericho to Action Andretti.
Jesus. What do you do with Hook?
Now Hook, I actually do think at some point I can see Hook winning the TNT title this year.
In a real match, in an actual match.
Yeah. So I think he and Jungle Boy are going to get through the firm. I don't think Wardlow is going to beat Joe. I don't think Darby's beating Joe on Wednesday. I would do that. I would I would do Hook versus Joe.
All right. Two more questions. Who's the most successful pillar in 2023?
Are we saying Jungle Boy, MJF, Sammy, and Darby?
Yep.
It's I like I want to say MJF, but he missed like a third of the year. It's still probably MJF. He ended the year as world champion. Sammy, Darby, like they were all. Darby wasn't champion this year. Darby wasn't champion this year, but Jungle Boy, MJF, and Sammy were all held titles this year. I'd probably say I still probably say MJF because he got the CM Punk feud and he got the world title.
Okay. So, WWE signed Dragon Lee. So, if you're AEW, how do you counter that with the signee?
Do they have to sign somebody? Because they have enough people.
They're always good to sign somebody randomly.
I would actually like to see they can work out a deal. A little bit more Osprey over here.
Oof.
Actually, the signing would be Tanahashi. Or am I thinking of Ibushi? Which one is Kenny's friend? Is it Tanahashi or Ibushi?
Ibushi.
It's Ibushi. It's Ibushi. You sign
Yeah,
Ibushi.
Ibushi's fucking done with New Japan, so
It's Ibushi. I think you bring Ibushi over. Now you have something for Kenny to do. Now let me ask you this: what do you do with? And my consensus, the rookie of the year, Takeshita. He's officially signed. The dude is good. Like,
TK's gonna job him out, and that's it. Or
but he's lost. But he's lost all of his big matches.
Or he wins the All Atlantic. That's it.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that. Like at some point, the All Atlantic has to go back to being a traveling championship because when Pac had it, he was defending that joint all over England.
Yeah, so he wins the All Atlantic.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I would like to see. I'll make another prediction. I do think AEW is going to sign Ibushi, and then him and Kenny will just be a tag team. I can see that.
Ric Flair, wet.
Bold prediction: Ibushi and Kenny in the year as tag team champions.
A hard prediction, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it.
Come on,
that's
Sixers.
that's the only way you get Kenny back in the tag team picture.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Yeah. Trying to think, is there anybody else? We did all. Yeah. Are you doing Impact?
Impact. Jonathan Gresham gets on, so he's going to be champion.
So okay, so here's something that I would actually like to see in Impact. I would actually like to see them make a deal with like Ring of Honor with AEW. I would like for them to start defending the Knockouts Tag Team Championships in other companies. Because at this point, the titles are switching hands between the same people.
Oh, they got a limited roster space, so I mean,
Right. So I would like to see, see the current champions are Taya and Rosemary. I would love to see them show up in AEW and be like, yo, we're looking for some challengers. And AEW has plenty of women's tag teams. Like that's that's my biggest wish trait for Impact. And then I want to see their audience grow. Gresham is bro. Gresham versus Alexander is just going to be.
and just make sure you keep everybody you can for right now. Speedball is probably gonna go win the X Division title again.
Well, he just resigned. Him and Rich Swann just resigned. Remember last year Rich Swann was world champion and was feuding with Kenny Omega?
Yeah, and Kenny Omega shit on all that. So,
Um, yeah. You gotta keep.
I want. You know what? After, I want to see. I want to see Sasha do a Cody and just do a world tour and just like go to different promotions. Just Cody
Who?
when when Cody did his world tour when he
Yeah.
got fired. I want to see Sasha do the same thing.
I mean, okay, so there's a caveat in that because she's obviously gonna be a wrestler. She's always gonna wrestle in Stardom, which has like been a dream for her. The relationship currently between AEW AAA is a little rocky. I'm assuming Sasha has signed with AEW. I'm just assuming that at the very least.
And as
I'm
you
fine
work
with
the
that.
time, you do Impact, you do Ring of Honor. Well, I wouldn't say sign with AEW. Just do something with Ring of Honor. Give Athena a
So yeah,
shot.
so
Do something
so
good.
Tony says Ring of Honor's weekly show is going to be on their Honor Club, and they're already picking up a bunch of subscribers. And I've always fantasy booked the Ring of Honor roster because they already have enough people on the roster, and especially in the women's division, they have about 30, actually a little bit more than 30 women signed, which you can easily move. You know what I mean? Eight or nine of those women to the Ring of Honor roster. I saw Mercedes Monet World Tour. I'm fine with that. New Japan / Stardom, AEW, Impact, AAA, every company except. Could you imagine seeing her in GCW?
Jesus.
I mean, she's never truly been in like a real hardcore match.
Hell in a Cell, I guess.
Yeah, but we're doing the Mountain Dew presents the pitch black match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble. This is going to be fun.
I guess if it's
Remember,
as long as it's cinematic, that's fine.
remember the last sponsor match?
Yeah,
Zombies.
and the Miz got towards ACL, right? Something like that.
They say he turns ACL, but it didn't seem like he was out for that long. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how long he was faking it in the wheelchair. So,
um.
all right. So, give me one bold prediction. Doesn't matter what company. Just like one hot
Will
take.
Ospreay will be IWGP World Champion next year.
Okay.
I'll go with that. Is that not bold? That doesn't seem bold because he's obviously
But
could be
to get it off,
Jay White.
Jay White versus Will Ospreay is a thing. Bold prediction for next year.
Here's one everybody says. Everybody thinks is going to happen. It's probably not CM Punk in the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely not. I will have CM Punk SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, okay.
Just make CM Punk a fucking part-time attraction. It makes sense.
Okay. Bailey has asked for this. Does the WWE finally give the woman their own mid card title? One championship defended between the brands.
Yeah, as long as it's defended through all three brands.
NXT as well?
Yes. I mean,
I
look,
think
New Day are tag champs. Just defend it through all three brands. It makes just do it.
okay.
But
Do the WWE get new championship belts next year?
yeah, new designs. Yeah.
Okay.
So we Braun's coming out against Imperium, I guess.
Him and Gunther. Is Braun gonna be the one to beat Gunther for the IC title?
I hope not. Just give it to Sheamus, please. Stop playing around. Jesus. Anyways, tomorrow you have a show.
Irish Wrestling Podcast Year End Awards. Some of them are. Oh, before we continue, you saw the Sports Illustrated list. Now, apparently, I just found out that the dude that runs the wrestling on Sports Illustrated absolutely, positively hates and detests Impact Wrestling.
Fair enough.
Because I love Jamie Hayter. She does not deserve to be on that list above Jordan Grace. Just sorry.
But Josh Alexander was on the list, right?
No, he wasn't.
There you go.
Remember, at eight and 9 was Cash and Dax.
And Cash shouldn't have been on that list, but I don't know how you don't put Alexander on there.
It's like, bro, come on. How do you not put Josh Alexander on this list?
It's biasness. It's funny thing.
But, so, year in awards, and then get ready for a very, very fun 2023.
Of course, but
and rest in peace, Don West.
Yes, rest in peace, Don West. Friday Night Year will be here in 2023. Follow the Blur Cartel on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch. Get them TikTok numbers up so we go live on TikTok too. Their wrestling community is pretty hilarious. So
on TikTok,
yeah, TikTok, the wrestling talk community is pretty hilarious. So I want to intervene with them and do things. But main spot I can't hear. AKA and say, AKA put your mom in the figure 4 leg lock. Happy New Year's to all.
Reading these Charlotte Flair reactions
wins, and LOL, and let's see what the fuck Cena gonna do tonight.
14 top Charlotte's of 14.